Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Tracy Tate joining us here. Excited to have her to talk more about her work as an owner and financial business consultant. The name of the company, TLJ Professional Services. She is back here from Hercules, California to talk more about the work she does. And boy, oh boy, she has a lot of experience and she's here to help us. So first and foremost, Tracy with no E, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
I always say Tracy with no E. That's the way it ought to be. Because my
Yeah,
girlfriend, my best friend was Tracy. It's the same thing. Yeah, with no E. I'm like, that's the way it should be. So
yeah.
Tracy Tate here, excited to have you. And for those new time listeners, let's talk a little bit about just give me an overview of your company to start, and then we'll get into your background and how this all happened. So tell us a little bit about the company itself.
So we are a family owned and operated accounting firm. So we do bookkeeping, accounting, as well as tax preparation and tax planning. We work with small business owners with coaching to make sure that they begin with the end in mind so that they can achieve their goals in their business.
Got it. And by the way, the website, how can we find you?
TLJprofessionalservices.com. I made it that easy.
I love it. I love it. And we're going to talk today more about the business and tax preparation, the life insurance, the retirement services, and all these services that you do. But I got to get to know you on a personal level. Our listeners want to know. Tell us a little bit about, where you grew up and how this whole amazing career, because you've been in accounting for what?
Over 40 years.
35 years? Oh my gosh.
40.
You don't look old enough. That's impossible. So I'm trying to do the math. I think it said 35 years in the sheet. And I'm like, 1985. I'm like, wait, what? So yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
No problem. So I'm born and raised San Francisco Bay Area. I graduated from Lowell High School. I went straight into college at Heels, got my AA in accounting. And then I had my child, my only child. So I took some time off from school, but I went back and got my BA and then my master's in business and accounting as well as public administration.
Got it. And then?
And then I expanded TLJ Professional Services. So we actually started as
Wow.
just a tax firm
Holy
and
cow.
just looking at like the financials that were being submitted to me by small business owners. I saw
Mhm.
the need for bookkeeping. So, people try to do their own bookkeeping, but that is not advised because you can leave a lot of money on the table trying to do it yourself. So with the bookkeeping, we were able to actually find more deductions for small business owners. We were able to write off more. They were able to make better business decisions because they know exactly what their numbers are. A lot of times small business owners try to run their business from a bank account, and you can't do that. What about the stuff that hasn't hit the bank?
Yeah.
Right. So I definitely recommend bookkeeping. I definitely recommend a software. QuickBooks does not pay me, but I am very pro QuickBooks Online because it is user friendly. And there's so many great features for small business owners to stay
Awesome.
organized in their bookkeeping.
Amazing, amazing. And let's talk about all these services you provide. By the way, you're based out of California, right? And what
Yes, San
states are you
Francisco Bay.
licensed to work in? Yeah.
So I have a California certification. So California is one of the
Okay.
stricter states that you have to, in order to file taxes in California,
Oh,
you have to do the continuing education.
okay.
Um, so you have to be CTEC certified to submit California e-filing taxes. And then of course we do IRS. So IRS PTIN allows us to do taxes across the entire United States.
Oh my goodness. This is
Yeah, and I have
fascinating.
clients all the way over to Florida. So each state kind of have their own rules, but we do all states
Oh my
across the entire
goodness.
United States.
All right, great. This is exciting. Okay, so let's go down to the website. I want people to, of course, I urge everyone to go to the website. It's tljprofessionalservices.com. And there's a
Yes.
lot that Tracy has to offer and her team. You can also reach out at 833-855-7763
Yes.
and begin, schedule that call and get started. Did you want to talk a little bit about, I mean, the work you're doing, but there's also this, I saw it was on your site before. It was like a 3-day program. It was a challenge. What was that
3-day
called?
challenge.
Yes.
Yes. So we alternate months with that, but with the 3-day
Okay.
challenge, so there will be one coming up September, October, where we literally spend 3 days going over bookkeeping, the difference between cash versus accrual, why you need it, the
Yeah.
importance of it, the difference between bookkeeping and accounting, because there is a difference. And a lot of times people think, oh, well, my CPA, right? But not
Mm-hmm.
all CPAs do both sides,
Yeah.
right? A lot of CPAs won't do the bookkeeping, or if they do the bookkeeping, they won't do the taxes, but we are full charge bookkeepers. And then we also talk about best practices, some do's and don'ts,
Oh,
right? And metrics, how to read your financial statements. So we go over in detail how to read a financial statement, how your sales, like how to know the difference between your balance sheet and your profit and loss, cash flow statement. So that 3-day challenge, it is free, and we encourage you to attend. Always say be good
awesome.
at what you're good at, and then let everybody else be good at what they're good at. So if accounting is not your forte, you should not be doing your own books.
Mm-mm. Uh-huh. I hear ya. Wow. Well, it's so funny because I don't own my own business, right? So I'm not, but I had my mother's best friend had a business, and I saw all the struggles she went through, and she started her own, it was a nail salon, and she started, it was just herself, and then it grew and it grew and it grew, and she had to hire so many people, and then she lost faith in people, so people stealing from her. So I'm thinking about like all these things you got to be careful about. You need to trust someone with doing your work.
Very much so. There's fraud everywhere we turn, right?
Yeah.
And, identity theft is on the rise right now. So, you have to be careful with who you select.
Mm-hmm.
And do your due diligence, right?
Yeah.
Do they have the background that you're looking for?
Yeah.
Do they have the credentials that you're looking for? Right. And it's okay to ask
Mm-hmm.
questions. Okay. I always say, this is your journey. And if you can't speak to your financial advisor, your bookkeeper, your tax preparer openly and honestly and ask questions, then you're not with the right one.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've never had your taxes, if you've never been shown how to read a tax return, you probably need to find a different tax preparer, because they should be advising you
Mm-hmm.
year after year on what's going on in your taxes.
Got it.
So that's the benefit of a relationship with the tax preparer. Um, as well as, so like with us, a lot of our clients, we do their bookkeeping, but we also do their taxes. And it allows us an advantage of knowing exactly what's going on in the business to be able to optimize their taxes at tax time. And then of course we have clients that we do their bookkeeping and they get taxes done elsewhere. So we work with their CPA or their tax preparer to make sure that they're optimizing on their taxes. So it's
Mm-hmm.
extremely important.
Beautiful. And there's still so much the offerings. What did you want to cover for today in particular?
So we offer a free consultation.
Okay.
So if you go to the website, we do a free consultation for the bookkeeping to see if we are a fit, right? We particularly do a discovery call to see where you are, where you're trying to go, and then to see if we can help you get there. So that's our main goal with working with small business owners, is to make sure that they know their financial position to get to where they're going. So a lot of times we meet you where you are to get you where you're trying to go. So not all people that's getting started in business have the funds really to pay for done for you services. So we
Mm-hmm.
even have courses for those that can't afford our done for you services. So our course website is AATF university.com. So about all things financial, university.com. So AATF university.com. But you can also get there from our website as well. So we just like to make sure that our small business clients know their financial position so that they make sound decisions in their business.
Awesome. I love this because, you clearly have a success rate. There's great testimonials on the side of the people you've helped and the people you continue to help. And people say, I would recommend you to anyone who needs business help. Tracy, this person, Kevin says, thank you so much for getting the QuickBooks Intuit set up. This is a big relief for me, and I really appreciate how you handle the whole thing. You were very patient with my knowledge of computers, giving me the time to come up to speed best I could. I would recommend you to anyone who needs business help. I'm sure you'll be hearing from me in the months to come. And there's hundreds of reviews there if you click on the website and take a look to see what people are saying with your commitments and all your years of service to people. And wow, what else? And by the way, and you're globally, you're everywhere. You're seen on TV. You've been spotlighted in different programs. Yeah, what do you think sets you apart? There's also the life insurance and retirement services we could talk about, but I don't want to jump the gun.
Yes.
Whatever you want to
Yes.
talk about today. Business and tax
Um,
preparation first, and then yeah, we'll move on to
yeah.
that.
So I mean, so it is a sequence, right? So all of it ties
Yeah.
together. So that's where we say we are about all things financial, right? So
Okay.
if it's financially related, I got you covered. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like in his case, just having that patience, that's what sets us apart
Yeah.
because there's a genuine care and concern. We do treat our clients like family. It sounds cliche, but
Yeah.
it's actually our culture in the business. Um, because we like the relationship. We're not in this to get rich quick. We want the relationship, and the success of your business is a direct impact on our business, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the more successful you are, the more successful we are as well. So we love those testimonies. We love helping you again where you are to get you where you're going, right? Because we're not all, I always
So
say
true.
there's no two businesses the same. Even
Yeah.
if we're in the same industry, we're not the same. And what sets us apart is us, right? We're the ones that make our business different, even if we offer the same service as someone else. Because you can go anywhere and get your taxes done,
True.
right? But ours is different because I do sit up and explain what's going on
Ah.
in your taxes, and that's not done a lot of times, right? So with the tax laws change
Mm-hmm.
every year, number one. So
Yeah.
I get those clients that haven't filed in years, and they're afraid, right? They're afraid that they haven't filed in so long, and oh my God, I'm like, but wait a minute, the tax laws change every year. So just because you may owe in one year, you might have a refund in the next or a refund in the next because the laws have changed,
Yeah.
right? And under Trump's presidency, all the laws changed. I mean, the tax codes changed completely. So, a lot of people are not aware of those tax law changes and they are operating under the same instance as they always have. And you kind of have to shift with what's changing in the tax laws. So having a professional, a tax professional to help you in your bookkeeping, it's a game changer. And that's where we strive.
Yeah. You strive to help and you deliver. And we should mention some of the other services you provide as well. At this time, I just want to make sure everyone has your contact information. 833-855-7763,
Yeah.
tljprofessionalservices.com. So
Yeah.
obviously you're well versed in and qualified in the business and tax prep area. Did you want to talk a little bit about some of the other highlights of your work? The life insurance or the retirement services too?
So the retirement services we actually bundle
That's
with the tax planning,
got it.
right?
Okay.
And even with the life insurance, I use the life insurance license to help business owners optimize in their taxes because a lot of people don't look at life insurance as a asset to their business, and it is. As a business owner, a lot of times you're it. Right. So, what happens if something happens to you?
Yeah.
And that's where life insurance can play a vital part and planning. All of that plays a big part, not just in your personal life, but in your business life, because one impacts the other. I don't talk too much about the life insurance because my focus is on the finances,
Mm-hmm.
but I literally got my license just so that I had the information and education to inform my small business owners of the benefits of life insurance and how they could use it in their business. Isn't that
Ah.
crazy?
Yeah, can I be honest with you? It's still like people, I have a friend who has no life insurance. She's a little younger than me. She's 44. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, isn't that important to have? And I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, wait, I have again, before my mom passed years ago, she helped me with this because I really didn't understand it. But the value of life insurance, could you just share the difference of the whole compared to the term life and, just a little
Yes.
bit about it does still confuse me.
Okay. So with the life insurance, you should have multiple. So some people think, oh, I can only have one. No, you should have multiple. So at her age at 44, because life insurance gets more expensive as you age, at least get a burial, right? That it covers enough because funerals are expensive. They're around $10,000 even at cremation. Okay. So the difference between a term and a whole life is how long you pay. Literally,
Hmm.
a term is for a period of time. The thing about insurance is it's forever evolving as well. So they're coming out with better products. They're coming out with different terms. But a term is just that. If you pick a 10-year term policy, it's only good for 10 years. Then you have to qualify again, right? If you pick a 30-year,
Okay.
once it's expired, it's gone.
Okay.
That's the biggest difference between term and whole life because whole life is just that. It's your whole life. You pay until you're like a
And
hundred.
term goes to like what age though? Like when does it
There
usually
is
stop?
no. So if I'm 20 and I get a 10-year term, it only
Oh,
lasts till I'm 30,
got it.
right? So it's literally the amount of time that you're covered if something happens. But like I said, they are coming up with better products. So now with term policies, you can get living benefits. They didn't used to offer that. And with living benefits, what that means is that you don't have to die to actually use insurance, right? They have a product that's an index product, the IUL. You probably hear that a lot, the Index
Yeah.
Universal Life, which is another whole term type policy, whole life type policy. Um, it's in the market, just like the whole life. It's just you don't lose your principal at all, or the interest you've already earned. You might not earn interest in a year, but you will not lose what you've already earned. So the value of life insurance is actually invaluable. And I've actually done the math. You cannot overpay the benefit of the death benefit.
Yes.
So, some people think, well, I'm going to be dead. So who cares, right?
Well, yeah,
But
your
a lot of
family.
people don't think about the emotional side of death, right? Like when there's a death in the spat family, and unfortunately, mothers are losing their children
Hmm.
before them, right? And that's not how you would want life to be. But there's that depression side. You have to go through the cycle of grief
Yeah.
with death. And what happens if you can't take off to take that time, right? So life insurance affords you things like that to be able to have not only just bury your child or your family member,
Oh,
God forbid your child, but your family member, but it also allows you that extra finances to grieve because you need to take time off. Grieving is a process, and a lot of people don't consider that when they're trying to get life insurance and things
hmm.
like that. And one thing that I've learned as well is
Yeah.
the amount you pay for like a $500,000 policy, you could have got $1 million policy for $5 more type thing. So go for the gusto. Stop
Yeah.
going for just enough to bury me if you could really afford the larger policies, because that's how you really leave the legacy.
Yeah. It's true. Thank you for sharing that. And by the way, let's urge everyone to reach out to you via the website, TLJ Services.com. And also, Tracy Tate here joining us live today on the Zoomcast and the podcast. You got to check out the website. There's a lot of information on there that could be of service to you. And if you have any questions, there's also that number to call, which is what?
833-855-7763, and it actually spells TLJ Prof. So
I didn't know
833
that. I didn't know that.
TLJ PROF.
Oh, and sign up. You get that free guide to the 10 overlooked business deductions if you just
Yes,
sign up there at the website. And what other, you do coaching as well. There's still so
we
much more
do.
to what you offer. Do you want to share something about that?
So with our coaching, it's financial coaching,
Okay.
as well as personal coach. I you know again, there's no two people alike, just like there's no two businesses alike. So everything that we do is custom to you.
Okay.
Everything that we plan for you is for you, right? For you and your business and your big picture of your business. Because if it's a hobby, then we want to treat it like a hobby and plan accordingly as a hobby. But if you're trying to leave a legacy, that's a different path and different approach to everything you do in your business, every decision. So with our coaching, we look at both. We look at your finances as well as your personal life and where you are trying to go in life. And what is it that you're trying to achieve? Are you trying to leave a legacy? Are you trying to sell it because you wanted your business to be
Yeah.
viable to sell, right?
Yeah.
So all of these things matter. And so one of the things we did during the pandemic as a
Yeah.
pivot, a lot of people was not ready with their finances to get the lending that they needed to stay afloat in the pandemic, things like that. So we like to make sure that you're loan ready, right? To fund your big picture. So all of these things deal with finances. So anything that have to deal with finances, we got you covered.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And clearly you have a passion for what you do. Could you also share a little bit about your team? I mean, there's a team of people that are, doing, working for you, right?
Yes, I'm not a team of me. We are a business. We've outgrown that and we're still growing actually, and we accept clients all year long. We're family operated, so run and operated. One sister handles like our bookkeeping side. We have staff that actually does the work and she oversees the financial statements and things like that. I manage special clients because we do work with nonprofits as well. We specialize in nonprofits because I have one. I'm the founder and president of my nonprofit, Beat the Streets, Inc., out of Antioch, California. We're a resource center for young adults, 11 to 29, around education, employment, and life skills. So I take my knowledge, experience all the way to the nonprofit status. So, we work with nonprofits as well. But my other sister helps with my tax side of the business. So, we're family. So when you
Aw,
come to us, I actually say, welcome to the TLJ family because you become family to us.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. And if someone does want to reach out to you today, do you offer an initial consultation?
I do. So all of our consultations are free. So go to the website again, sign up for your free consultation. And if we work together, I mean, if we're a good fit, we'll work together and we'll take your business to the next level. Otherwise, we wish you well and we're here when you're ready. So that's our
Beautiful.
motto as well. We stay ready. When you're ready, we stay ready.
Oh
So
my goodness. Well, we're excited.
yeah,
Thank you. Good to have you. And again, to reach out, make sure you, let them know we sent you, tljprofessionalservices.com. And again, committed to really helping those individuals and businesses with their financial needs, tax prep, corporate accounting, bookkeeping, you mentioned,
yes.
financials,
Tax planning.
tax planning. Did I say that one? Accounting. My goodness, so much she does. God bless you. You are an
Yes.
amazing woman, and
Thank you.
your work speaks volumes to the testimonials. Go to the website, take a look at some of what our clients are saying, and I want to thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me, Miss Jill. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Same here. You have a fantastic day, and hopefully we'll be in touch again one of these days.
Yes, 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 we will. Thank you
Yay!
so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Enjoy the day, sweetheart. Bye bye.
You too.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down,
It's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.